Hello everybody. Welcome to a new video on interview questions and answers for front desk or receptionist position. Some years back, we had released a video on the same topic that benefited many candidates. But as all of us know, the times have changed and today technology plays a very important role in our lives. So it has become important to release the second part of the video, which deals with these newer requirements. The earlier video will always stay relevant as it covers some very basic things about the role that are never going to change. In addition to that, there are certain situational questions also in that video which will always be asked. So if you are preparing to interview for a front desk role, make sure that you watch both the videos. The link to the previous video is available in the I button above and the description box below. Let's start with the questions in this video now. Question number 1. How do you think has digitalization impacted the hospitality sector? Now, to answer this question, you can say something like new and innovative guest-friendly technology tools have been setting fantastic hospitality experiences for the guests. In the years to come, more automation in guest services and operations is expected. All of this advancement will result not only in increased competition among the hotels, but will also push them to make use of different methods that will provide them competitive advantage over others. For example, we are currently in the era where we use technology to aid online reservations, self check-ins, automated wake-up calls, promotional campaigns on social media. Then positive feedback on social media helps us to get both new customers and repeat business, while the negative feedback gives us an opportunity to connect with the customers and ensure that the problem doesn't recur. Because of this, customer care and customer engagement has become all the more important. Then we have a smart room key system where you can just swipe digitalized cards and enter the room. Virtual tours of the hotels make decision making much more easier for the customers. Use of mobile phones in food services business has absolutely changed the way we order and receive our food. Face recognition, retina scanning, fingerprint enabled devices are gaining a lot of popularity abroad. However, they are yet to get popular in India. These are certain ways in which the technology has deeply impacted the hospitality sector. Now, you see, this was quite a basic and simple question. But if you go unprepared without getting your thoughts together, trust me, these simple questions can trouble you tremendously because you'll not be able to give a complete answer. And superficial answers don't get you selected. Complete answers do. Okay? So, let's move on to the second one now. Question number 2. What kind of computer software or systems have you used in previous front desk roles? See, while it is a very probable question, it is difficult to provide a specific answer here because the software may differ from country to country and organization to organization. However, to answer this question, think of all the software you might have used in following domains and talk about them. The first one is online booking and reservation, guest relationship management, then point of sales, electronic door lock, document management, guest service request, revenue management, property management, CRM, communication and collaboration, virtual meeting and video conferencing, reporting, social media management, etc. Your answer to this question shows how exhaustively you have worked. But at the same time, it is very important to get your thoughts together so that you can talk about all the softwares that you have used in all of these domains. Okay, let's move on to the third one now. Question number 3. As a front desk professional, how would you ensure the security and confidentiality of information and guest records you have access to? Now see, along with your understanding of the processes, this question is also a test of your integrity. So, don't focus just on the processes and measures. Talk about the ethical aspect too. You can answer this question by saying something like, before taking up the work at front desk that has access to a lot of guest data, any organization provides us a comprehensive training in which they tell us about the various data security measures and procedures and policies they have in place to maintain this confidentiality. I'm always very careful with my login credentials that can reveal a lot of customer data. And in addition to this, I always trash any unrequired documents while filing the required ones safely. Also, I strongly believe that with authority comes the responsibility. So, if I have an access to certain guest information, it is my ethical responsibility to ensure its safety as well. For me, integrity is the most important thing while discharging my duties. So, you see how I've talked about the processes and the procedures, but along with that, I've brought in this ethical aspect also into my answer, which makes it more impactful. And these impactful answers actually get you hired. Okay, let's see the fourth one. Question number 4. Have you ever trained any new joinees in the front desk team? Well, if you're a little senior candidate, there's a very high possibility that this question might be asked to you. While providing the training is just one part of the task here, there are a lot of other things that you need to discuss here while answering this question. So, pay attention. To answer this question, depending upon the tasks that you have done, you can say something like, yes, since our hotel has been in expansion mode, opening up the facility in various cities of the state, the job of training the new employees for front desk roles is my responsibility. I have developed a well structured training manual for this. We train the new joinees for 3 days using this manual, in which we tell them about the policies, procedures, equipment, etc., and then put them on the job to train them practically. At times, we need to customize the training program depending upon the needs and understanding of the candidate. At the end of the training session, we take a feedback from the candidates that helps us improve our training processes and material, both. At the same time, it also tells us how well has the candidate imbibed the training. So, you see, if you want to provide a little elaborative answers, it is extremely important to anticipate these questions well in advance and prepare yourself in advance. Otherwise, it will be difficult to answer them on the spot, to find the right words on the spot. Okay, let's see the fifth question now. Question number 5. Can you give an example of a situation when you had to enforce your hotel policies or rules with the guests? See, this is a very common type of a situation that front desk professionals have to deal with. In addition to the example of the situation, talk about the important traits that you are expected to exhibit to solve such a situation. So, first of all, let us talk about the traits that you are expected to display here. Okay, the first one being knowledge about the policies and rules. Then, being assertive but calm and composed in such a situation. Ability to communicate clearly. And lastly, the ability to empathize with the guests you are dealing with. Okay, now let us see an example. You can say something like, once a guest checked into our hotel that has smoking and non-smoking areas marked clearly. The guest by mistake smoked in a non-smoking area, which was troublesome for the other guests. We have clearly displayed that a penalty of X rupees will be charged should anyone smoke in these areas. To be fair to other guests, I had to apply the penalty to this particular guest. However, he said sorry and also said that he didn't mean to cause discomfort to others and requested for a waiver. I had to remain assertive and calm and explain to him that I needed to be consistent with all the guests. But I also wanted to ensure that we don't end up spoiling his experience at our hotel. So, I offered him a complimentary dessert, which he really relished, and left the hotel with a smiling face. Before ending the day, I prepared a report on this incident for documentation and filed it properly. So, you see how effectively you can communicate these things if you give them a thought in advance and prepare for them. Superficial reading is not going to help you in any way. With this, we come to the end of this video. If you want to ensure that you answer other general questions also effectively in the interview, do watch our previous video on this topic. The link is available in the description box below. If you want to watch more such videos, subscribe to the channel, and if you found this one useful, do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends too. I'll see you very soon with a new one. Till then, bye-bye and take care.